Welcome to week 12 of Daily Advanced Madden. So happy you're along for the ride. Let's get straight into the action. You guys voted, let's figure out who won. It was the Chargers, Bucks, and the Eagles vying for your week 11 highlight of the night.
Have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. In fact, if anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped it.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off at the 48. And he brings this one back. It's a
6 points.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. Here, he's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. I'm up with something here on third down. On play action, they'll throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. Through an opening, and there he goes. 20. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house.
Great play by JJ and his Tampa Bay Bucks. Antoine Winfield with a big highlight of the night. When EA drops this picture on you, you know things are heating up in the league. Let's take a look at all the fiery action of week 12. 4-1-2 versus Sith, aka the Jags versus the Bengals. Critical matchup in the playoff push. Week in and week out, the Bengals and Jags scratching and clawing for their playoff lives. Fields hit as he threw, and the Bengals are going to grab the ball, grab a little bit of momentum. And we're going to pick this one up 13 all Bengals with the ball. Joe Burrow back to pass, finding in the corner of the end zone. Unbelievable catch by Pitts in double coverage. And that's going to give the Bengals a 20-13 lead. In the third quarter, same score, back to pass under pressure. Screen pass to Robinson, and unbelievable moves this could end up being. What? Unreal. Get up so I can do it to you again. Unreal job by Robinson. Getting down the field, unable to score on the play, but to cap it, DJ Chark gets behind the defense, and they're going to take the lead 23-20 at that time, and that's right where we pick it up. 4 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Unbelievable play by Minka Fitzpatrick, selling out, big dive to get his Jags the ball, and they need it. Robinson this time getting all the way to the end zone. Unbelievable ball game, make the final 30-27 for the Jags. With the Colts needing victories to keep pace in the AFC South, they're hosting the Buffalo Bills and JJ Bands. Picking this one up, nothing first quarter. Gonna be Trey Lance handing off. He's gonna get through the gap and untouched the rest of the way. 7-0 Colts at that point. Now fast forward, here we are, third quarter, 14 all ball game. JJ Bands fighting hard, but throw over the middle, not the right call, and it's going to be Colts ball. Colts looking to get into the end zone. Trey Lance rolling to his left, and he's going to score. Ever throw a bullet pass when you should have tapped it?
You've been a little tappy.
Josh Allen certainly wishes he feathered the button a little bit more on this one. Has a player behind the linebacker, but a little too strong with the pressure on the button, and it's going to be the Colts running it back for a big score. Would have been a 3-point ball game, but instead they're going to expand the lead 31-14. Bills with the ball one more time, may as well drop back to pass, get Allen some yards. Of course, playing coverage often doesn't turn out well at the end of the games on a play like that. 1-14, the Colts able to hang on versus JJ Bands and his Bills. At 7-4, it's the NFC East leading Washington football team hosting the Denver Broncos. It's going to be a little bit of a theme on the day. Quarterbacks getting hit as they throw, turns into interceptions. Meanwhile, tipped passes by either squad that then get caught for interceptions as well. Let us know in the comment section below, do you feel this is happening at too high of a rate? Which one do you despise the most? Now Washington looking good at the start of this game, up 3-0. When I see this setup, I get excited. You know I like this play, but every once in a while, what? Uh-oh, big mistake. Should have kept it, decided to pitch it. And it's going to be going back the other way. That'll put the score to 17-0 at this point for the Washington football team. Next drive for the football team. Beautiful rollout. Just going to sneak inside the line for a football team touchdown. 30-8. Fourth quarter, 5:20 left on the clock. Rolling to his left, apparently right through the offensive lineman. No big deal. Back in the end zone. Mike drops over Javon, 37-16 in Washington. The Titans into Arizona to take on Tommy's Cardinals, needing wins as 3 teams at 8-3. What a division. We only have one highlight from this ball game, but it's the only one we need. Watch Tommy Two Beer splitting seams. Man tight on the sticks. If you can only have one, I want this one. With the big win, the Titans are going to move to 9-3 in the AFC South. With the Chargers in control of the AFC West, it's the Raiders looking to push for a wild card spot. After a Chargers field goal, it's the Raiders with the ball, getting a favorable matchup over the middle, hits his man on a crosser, and he's going to pull away for a Raiders touchdown. Las Vegas up 7-3, second quarter. 3 minutes to go. It's going to be Herbert back to pass, finding Keenan Allen over the top, who every year is super upset about his speed rating. He's like, you can't catch as many balls as I catch if you ain't fast. And speaking of fast, Natrell Jamerson, watch the user by Zona. Just don't look at anything else but Zona. Covering 1, covering 2, covering 3, and on the third person, the third look, he's still all over the man. That has a chance to be a nominee for highlight of the night. Really got to appreciate those sick skills as a user on defense. Natrell Jamerson and I share some truths, but we're not going to get into that. Anyways, here we are, Raiders with the ball, going deep over the middle. Another tipped ball, and the Chargers going to bring it back all the way to the end zone. Yes, indeed, it's a Chargers touchdown. Now here, unbelievable highlight. Part of me wants to say, EA, come on, be better than that. But he is kind of running last second, and you know sometimes when you do that, you don't get the animation. Zona's defense, the story of the day. Big win for the Chargers. In a crazy NFC South, it's the Bucks and the Falcons, both at 9-2, squaring off today. Unfortunately, some technical issues in Atlanta leave us with just one highlight. With JJ down in the ballgame, any chance I have to speak to the best quarterback in real life I've ever seen, we're going to go to him. What did he think of this play?
Well, that was big. That was big.
A huge win nonetheless for JJ and his Tampa Bay Buccaneers, downing DZ and the Atlanta Falcons. With the Chiefs in a rebuild mode at 4-7, the future is bright with all the assets they've accumulated from the assets they've given away. The future is bright though, and at 4-7, they still have a chance for a wild card spot if they can find a way to win down the stretch. Picking this one up, it's going to be the Browns with the ball on the plus side of the field, looking down the field. Hit as he threw. It's just a thing in this game right now. It's made a resurgence. Getting hit as you throw a big wobbly duck. Now, great stick skills by Connor to crib that shot and make it worth 7. Now, Vita Vea, story of the day. He's going to cause another big wobbly duck. Unbelievable pressure up the middle. Is he done? Absolutely not. Looking like Vita Vea is going to be a problem for NFL offenses that have to take on the Chiefs. Now, great return, but a little too late in this one. Zach bringing his A game today, picking up a big win in the dog pound versus the Chiefs. My jumper is green and his Bears into Detroit to take on Lions. With Joey involved in the game, you can count on it's going to be great, it's going to be tight, it's going to come down to the end. picking this one up. 14-13 Bears. Detroit with the ball. Joey going over the top. Beautiful click on. Shades of Volterex almost. And a great catch by Kenny Golladay. And the Lions will have the lead. Now Bears back to pass. It's going to be Mac Jones over the middle a little bit late. And it's going to be coming back. Big tackle by the Bears to keep him out of the end zone. 26-14 at this point. Lions just rolling. Beautiful little zig at the front of the end zone. The Bears finding a way in the end, helping their push towards a potential playoff spot in the NFC North. With the Packers cruising to the playoffs, they're going to be playing Mike Johnson's Rams, who've been playing really good football as of late. 7-all first quarter. It's going to be Rams ball dropping back to pass. Jared Goff surveying the field, and anytime you go deep against this Packers secondary, it doesn't always end well for the guy throwing the ball. Now, someone who usually does well throwing the ball, Aaron Rodgers back to pass, finding a receiver wide open. Mecole Hardman is going to get all the way down the field. A big Packers touchdown. Rodgers back to work, back of the end zone. Hits Brevin Jordan for another 7. It's 35-20 at this point. Goff with the ball rolling to his right. Absolute beautiful dot. Lays out and secures the catch for a gorgeous 7 points for the LA Rams. Now Rodgers back to pass one more time. This time the corner route unavailable, getting in front of Devontae Adams with a big interception, giving the Rams a chance, going over the top. A great touchdown, but it won't be enough on this day. A Packers win, but a great showing by Mike Johnson's Rams make the final 49-41. Before we get to our game of the night, let's pass along some scores in Daily Advanced Madden. It was Timmy's Panthers over the Jets 27-14. It was Oh Yeah Next Giants with a 21-20 victory over the Saints. In Miami, it was Keys to the City and his New England Patriots finding a way over the Dolphins. It was a force win for the Eagles over the Cowboys. That means no Tutu Atwell highlights. Can't wait for tomorrow. It was Matt Cole's Ravens with a 42-28 win over the Steelers. It was Ryan Seahawks with a huge win over the Houston Texans, who fall one game back in the AFC South. In our game of the night, it's two desperate football teams in the NFC, both at 5-6 and right on the line of the 7th seed for the playoffs. It is Miller's Niners in to take on K-Mac 33's Vikings. A surgical opening drive by the Niners, as it could be George Kittle fighting his way into the end zone to pick up 7 for San Fran. Coming right back, a long drive of their own, going to be capped off. It was a lot of Dalvin on this drive, and it's going to be capped off by a Dalvin Cook touchdown. Niners on the ensuing drive, going play action, cancels it early, looks over the field, and he finds Tyson Campbell stepping in front of it, and he's going to secure possession for the Vikings, getting the ball up to about the 50-yard line. Same drive, Danny Dimes going to work, sees a man up the left-hand side, lets go of it early, and it's going to be a 14-7 lead for the Vikings at this point. Now going forward, Niners with the ball. End of the first half, buck 3 on the clock. Zach Wilson back to pass, and he's going to find Harrison Smith with one of 3 interceptions on the day. Niners not to be outdone, down 7, needing a stop coming out of the break. Danny Dimes letting the ball go over the middle. And it's going to be the Niners with the ball, getting some good yards on the return. And he's going to have possession around the 42-yard line of the Vikings. Now, unable to score on the drive, Vikings getting the ball back for their quarterback, who hands off to Dalvin Cook. Just a really gross looking play, runs into trouble. But Dalvin be Dalvin. And 100 yards later, the Vikings are up 21-7 in this one. Now Zach Wilson canceling play action nice and early, steps up in the pocket, and for one more time finds Harrison Smith, who's going to put an end to the drive. Miller never stops battling. He's going to drop back to pass here. He's going to throw a deep ball up the right-hand side. Tightly contested, but it's going to be a big catch for Brandon Ayuk. But that's as close as the Niners would come. With the Vikings playing with a sense of urgency in this one, make the final 27-14, Vikings over the Niners. So much incredible action around the league. Let's take a look at the top performers from Week 12 in our Players of the Week. NFC Offensive Player of the Week, Zamir White, running back out of Seattle. 130 rushing yards, 5 receptions for 113 yards in the air, 2 receiving touchdowns. NFC Defensive Player of the Week, L'Jarius Sneed, 3 tackles, 2 interception, a fumble recovery, and a touchdown on this day. Speedy rookie quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, back at it again, 13 of 18 for 301 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, and get this, 127 yards on the ground with a rushing touchdown. Cleveland Browns strong safety Ronnie Harrison Jr., huge day with 3 tackles, 3 interceptions, and a forced fumble. It's that time. Let's introduce our Week 12 nominees for Highlight of the Week.
They'll look to throw here. Sets up the screen to Robinson. Finding room at the 30. Ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken about a yard deep. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. From the gun, it's Carr. And trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he brings this one back.
Incredible highlights to choose from. Please make sure to make your selection in the comments section below. Who are you going to be voting for Week 12's Highlight of the Night? With that being said, this pretty much wraps up Week 12. Thanks so much for tuning in, and for everyone at Daily Advanced Madden and all the hard work that goes into it. This is KMac33 signing off, and we'll see you tomorrow with Week 13.